Hi, everybody. This is Ellen Matzer, one of the authors of Nurses on the Inside, Stories of the HIV/AIDS Epidemic in New York City, which was published a year ago. We've decided to have a YouTube channel to include teaching for new nurses, tell about some of our experiences as nurses. For me, that's 42 years. The one experience I wanted to tell you about was my experience on December 8th, 1980. Now, for those of you that remember that date, that was the date that John Lennon was shot and brought into Roosevelt Hospital emergency room, where I was one of the nurses assigned to attempt to resuscitate him. John Lennon came in as a John Doe. I believe the crowd forming outside the hospital knew who he was before we did. We, of course, got notice that a gunshot wound was coming in. I ran down to the emergency room as the assistant head nurse of the ICU, which is what I was supposed to do. CPR was in progress. We were administering blood. We didn't have a rapid transfuser back then, so we were actually like squeezing the blood. We didn't know who he was. Somebody threw a leather jacket at me, and I was standing next to a respiratory therapist named Rick. And somebody said, "Find out who this guy is." So I opened the jacket, and on the inside pocket, there was a wallet. And I took out the wallet, and I opened up the wallet, and I took out an American Express card. And it said, John Lennon. My heart dropped. And I suddenly felt nauseous. And I showed the card to Rick, who was standing next to me. And at that very moment, we knew who he was because media and people had started to form outside the hospital. At that point, the doctor who was in charge of the code cracked the chest. We started to infuse blood directly into the heart. We continued CPR until we knew that it was futile. And then he was pronounced. We could barely leave the building that night because there were so many people out there holding candles, singing "Give Peace a Chance." It was amazing to be part of that, albeit that's how I met John Lennon. Anyway, I just thought you all might like to know that. And he didn't suffer. Now, 40 years later, we still celebrate his life, as do I. Okay, so I'll be on more in the coming weeks to talk about Nurses on the Inside, as well as our new book coming out, hopefully soon. And yes, it will be about the COVID pandemic, and hope you all will follow and read. Thank you. Have a good day.